You know that ominous music and it can mean nothing good. Hello once again everyone and welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm your host CruiserX. Once again we are playing Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, the newest expansion in the Final Fantasy XIV saga. Last episode, we made it through... What did we make it through? We made it through our last dungeon, which was Urqopacha, and faced off against High Luminary Gefühle, the Elector. But afterwards, we found out that, unfortunately, hell has broken loose in Warlar's Echo, as Valigarmanda has broken free of his icy prison. How are we gonna fight him? Well, we'll find out. Let's get right to it with an Echo of Madness. If you're all ready, there are many injured here who need aid. Should you find anyone passed out from their wounds, I ask that you alert me to them. Otherwise, I shall be tending to whomever requires the most urgent healing. We can gather here once we've seen to these people's hurts. Alright, let's tend to people.
The third promise's protector. Everything was bathed in bright red. Searing heat enveloped my entire body, and I couldn't move.
That's... I can't fly, so I gotta move faster.
My wounds are nothing serious, but this dryness in my throat, it's as if all the moisture has left my body.
Is Falar?
Everything burns. The touch of cloth is agony. Yet I will live. Leave me. There are others in more dire need of help.
I do not like doing the giant's voice. All right. I've done all I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alert then? That is well. We've left the injured as comfortable as we could. Many were suffering from burns to a greater or lesser degree. Did a fire sweep through the village? The details are unclear. Once I'd healed the giant attacked by that mountain bird, the group's leader, Vaporla, I believe they called him, bade me depart. It was then that I felt an intense wave of ether and returned to Warlar's Echo in this state. I rushed over to the first giant I saw. Though delirious with pain, he repeated the same warning. Valigarmanda had broken free. Thus did I contact you with all haste. Well, we're going to need more information than that before we can deal with the situation. Yes. We should speak with the temple god and see what has become of the Sky Ruins prison. Come on.
The High Luminary grants you entry and awaits you within.
Please voice, please voice, please voice.
What happened?
Thank you. Valigarmanda happened.
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Surmurwar, tell them what you told me. A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit.
And now for a flashback courtesy of our Asian powers.
Who enters this hallowed hall? Ah, a claimant.
Oh. And here we have the mighty Valigarmanda.
A terrifying Vitral. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
Eh.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Kulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it would be quite tricky.
What the fuck?
2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
No. You motherfucker!
But I already have. Rise and rage, little terror.
I might have overdone the fire a bit.
You son of a bitch!
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
For the throne, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea how many may die?
No, he doesn't.
Wreak havoc, Valigarmanda. Live up to your legend.
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
That idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him.
Damn straight. Now can we kill him?
So, what's the plan?
If we leave the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valigarmanda.
I ain't doing it alone.
This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance. I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession. But for the sake of Urqopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
Oh, I love getting to go toe-to-toe with primals. Let's... As if you had to ask. Let's wreck some shit!
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Damn straight.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do?
One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
But...
If you resolve to slay Valigarmanda, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Of course, leave Aaronville to do all the knowledge work.
Inform the Bello of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
Right. Where to? So, Aaronville, any ideas how we can track Valigarmanda? The tried and true method of comparing sites with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time-consuming. There is a second option. Not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky, it will let us ascertain the Sky Ruins' whereabouts far more quickly. Though a Toral Vidral of extraordinary nature, Valigarmanda is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, it is thus sustained by corporeal energy, possesses a unique ethereal balance. Means this device should come in handy. A floating hand? Now's not the time to be playing with toys! This is no toy. It's an ether seeker. As the name suggests, gleaners use it to detect the ether of living being. And you've had that in your pack this whole time? I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Valigarmanda is, however, is that it can shift freely between the elements of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Valigarmanda from its icy imprisonment, a cool Jaja cast spells which quicken its fire aspect in ether. And the residents here were uniformly afflicted with burn. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that, upon breaking free, Valigarmanda unleashed a great fiery blast. Then the choice is plain. Fire. The Seeker, however, is not without its fault. As we were not able to input our quarry's unique etheric signature in advance, the device will respond to any living source of fire-aspected ether. So we have the reliable, yet slow method of information gathering versus the potentially swift but easily misled Gleaner tool. I say, why not pursue both methods at the same time? Good idea. We'll have the first to fall back on if the second fails. You'll travel with me then, Chris, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. Leave it to me, buddy. The rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses. The more sky-ruining sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Yokhui. Very few are seriously injured, and I am wary of wounds inflicted by a creature like Valigarmanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition certainly worsen. Right. It sounds like we all have work to do. We should be on our way as well. Go. We'll head to the outskirts of the village first, then set the Seeker to detect fire-aspected ether. I just want to see. Let's hope our way works. Right, the Seeker is ready to go. Orla's echo is still suffused with the Sky Ruin's residual ether, so I've excluded it from the search area to prevent it from swamping the sensors. Let's begin tracking, shall we? Once you choose to depart, Aaronville will accompany you. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire-aspected ether. Good thing we can focus target and whatnot.
Source of fire aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged. Not quite the legendary creature we were after. Would you mind dealing with that fire sprite? We'll continue to confuse the seeker if we leave it be. Oh.
I need Ruby dough.
Necessary measure, I'm afraid. Let's try this again. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of highest expected ether.
Oh, whoops.
Source of fire aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged.
Frightening enough, but again, not what we're looking for. If you would be so kind. There we go.
My thanks. I'd ask if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to. Seeker, resume tracking. And do try to point out something useful. Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Source of fire aspected ether located. Tracking disengaged. Ah, another remnant of Valigarmanda's last rampage. The crater's flames registered to the Seeker as corporeal aether. In the words of the Duliolal saga, When Valigarmanda rages out of control, its fire burns forever, its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn Servant able to turn the Sky Ruin's perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. This is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it is a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living ether. We can feed a sample into the Seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. One moment.
Let's hope this works.
There. Now the Seeker should ignore any etheric signature but Valigarmanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures at all. My apologies. It seems I still have much to learn from this journey. As a greener and as a guide.
All right, we are going to take a quick break and we will be back with more. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links provided. See you in a bit.